Hey guys, Tbull here. Today we got a game in the new Z-35 Tier 6 German Premium Destroyer, Eric Bay. Fully maxed, you'll know. We just boosted him all the way up to 16.4 the other day. There's the ship build. A lot of you guys are always asking, sometimes I got commanders that you don't have, what would be the build if we're just using stock commanders. I would put Sims and Arleigh Burke on the German line. The German destroyer guns are not that impressive. I wish they were just a little bit better, but the accuracy is kind of trash, so I think that'd be a pretty good combo here. I got Azure Lane that Tago reduces the detectability of the torps, makes them a little bit more effective, harder to dodge, and Swirsky. Since we got Bay as the commander, we kind of get a free extra inspiration, and this is one of the couple lines that I put Swirsky on there for that double concealment. So here we got Trident Domination Mode game. A lot of destroyers in this game, and this game is going to be about as good as I can do, man. I'm going to be honest with you guys, trying to find some footage for you for this ship, very trying. I was not getting a lot of cooperative gameplay from my teammates. In fact, I think there's actually like a hidden nerf to this ship. It actually attracts like hardcore blue team type players on your team, so you're going to have a hard time winning games according to my experience in this ship. But anyways, this one, whether or not we get a win or not, we'll see at the end. But this is about as good of a game, I think, as I can play. We'll see. Maybe as I watch this back, we'll disagree there. Anyway, moving into C. Now, what's the deal with the ship? Basically, we have the same sonar as the Z-39, which is the best sonar currently in the game for destroyers. We got a 5-kilometer reach for surface ship detection here. Compare that to Maz 4.2, and this ship we're going to be primarily comparing to Maz, since similar configuration. It's not the 150s like you got on the Gady or the Z-23, but it actually has the smaller Maz gun. So here we got Nakatsuki charging in. We're trying to knock his engine out because he's advancing towards the torpedoes that we were kind of putting for the New Mexico, and he gone right off the bat there. Kind of, unfortunate for him, but we were kind of trying to torp that New Mexico because he's going in a straight line. You can see we actually would have probably whacked him with 1 or 2 torps, but the Akatsuki actually ate them there. So we're sitting here, we see some torps coming in. Those are potentially widespread torps, which probably aren't going to hit us, but we do need to make sure we're backing up and angling away from them. We don't want to be sitting broadside there. New Mexico closing in, and then there was another destroyer supporting them. Note there's both teams started with 5 destroyers per side here. So getting back into the smoke, we're still trying to capture the base. This is an important thing to realize as destroyers. See where that New Mexico is? He's almost on the base here, and I think he's actually going to turn off. But there's another Akatsuki. But I always want to point out, if you're a destroyer and you're trying to cap the base, and then you've launched your torps, and then the battleship's pushing into you, you got to be prepared to get out of there. Okay, it's very common for destroyer players to end up dying unnecessarily because they're like, okay, well, I'm on the base, I'm here to capture the base, which is the correct philosophy. Of course, we talk about the importance of destroyers capturing bases all the time, and that's what you mainly need to be focusing on as a destroyer player. But you also have to be willing to disengage when the situation gets a little bit dicey. Luckily, our teammates and ourselves finished off that other Akatsuki, and then New Mexico advancing on the other side of that island. So we didn't necessarily have to disengage there, but we got off. We were just trying to be careful, make sure we don't die right off the bat. And now we got, I think it's a Gnevi trying to suicide rush the New Mexico or whatever that battleship is. So, I mean, this side over here is looking pretty good. We got a little bit of weight over here. The other side doesn't look that bad according to the map. I mean, we got a destroyer in their spawn, which typically isn't that good. If he gets spotted, he's going to get blasted, of course. Or it's the Minsk, I guess, not the Gnevi. So he's torps away. Let's see if he manages to get him. He leaves the base. That's unfortunate because, you're going to get a 100-point swing for killing that battleship. But over the course of a match, if you get this base going, that's going to be hundreds of points that your team's going to potentially have. So he does get him with the suicide torp rush there, luckily. But unfortunately, he squirts off the base, and then Surrey's like, hell yeah, that's the way to do it. And then he squirts off the base. So neither of those plays are how you want to do it. You want to capture the base first and foremost. So a little bit of mental errors from our team there. That's going to prolong this how long it's going to take to capture this base, but we're going to make sure we do get it. The Minsk comes back onto the base. Luckily, a good call from him there, recognizing the importance of capturing the base, and boom. Now we've tied it up. We actually got 2 bases to 1, so right off the bat, we're doing pretty good here. Unfortunately, the destroyer looks like the one that was behind their line of spawn, or behind their, the red team's main line, apparently died, and now we got another one who's being shoved up against the edge of the map on the west there. So unfortunately, it doesn't look like the west is really holding their end of the bargain here. We got a Mayhan, and we also got another destroyer in the smoke we're being spotted by the Mayhan, so of course that guy's getting free shots at us. Mayhan's taking some shots from our team. I think they're going to end up killing one of these ships or whatever. I don't know what happens. There's a lot going on here. We're trying to get the Mayhan down. There goes Surrey. So he's dead. We do get the Mayhan down here. We had Torps in. Icarus, I guess, was the one in the smoke, but you'd see he squirted free just in time there. Got loose, and now we got we got the destroyer. We want to kill him. We also want to get on B, of course, since the west is collapsing very rapidly. But, we do have that cruiser to the north that we do need to keep an eye on. So initially I'm thinking, all right, maybe the Icarus, his last scene coming towards the west, maybe southwest over here. Gonna cut him off. Then twist and track flips back to the right. We can see he's trying to do some evasive type maneuvers. So we're going to swing back around here, make sure he doesn't he doesn't anticipate what we're doing. We're changing what we're doing as well, just like he's doing there. But he doesn't have twist and track. The British destroyers never have twist and track. Munchin over there tearing up my team. I think this guy has a massive score. We'll see at the end of the game here. This game's gonna be like if we get the win bonus. I think we're well over 3,000 points. I think that guy also gets well over 3,000 points. So it's kind of the Z-25 that we're in versus that Munchin, who's going to carry harder. And we'll see who comes out on top. Icarus comes back here. And here we're seeing the power of the smoke sonar on this enhanced sonar thing that we got here. Now he's disengaging rapidly, so unfortunately we lose him from our grasp. But again, we have a 5-kilometer smoke sonar. Let's see. I think it's about a 3.5 on the Brits. I'm looking at the Jervis, but I think the Icarus has the same sonar on there. So we're pushing in. We're got to be aggressive. We're down to 2 ships here. They got 4. Icarus is squirting free now. I think we're about to whack him with the torpedoes. Let's say, there he pops up there, and boom, down he goes with another. He gone. And now we got. How do we do this? Okay, we got 2. They got 3. We got a destroyer. We got a cruiser, and then they got 3 cruisers. Well, that doesn't bode well for us because, of course, cruisers are made to crush destroyers, and of course cruisers kind of equally matched against other cruisers. So advantage red, both in terms of composition and ship count. Leander about to go past that island there, so we took the free shot while available, and then drop spot as soon as he disengages over there. And you can see our remaining cruiser, he's getting pretty low. So they flipped A, we're trying to flip B, he's flipping C. Now this is an interesting conundrum, at least it was to me when I was trying to play the game here. Do we go for the Leander, who's got a lot of health? Leander, British light cruiser, is extremely dangerous for destroyers. Those light cruisers will tear you to shreds if they get a hold of you. We got a low health Munchin who's been tearing things up here, and he's in a division with a Boise. That Boise way off yonder, down in the southwest there. We don't know what his situation was. I don't know if we've come across him at all during the game or not, in terms of scanning his ship's info in the game or on the screen. But at this point when I'm playing the game, I have absolutely no idea how much health that Boise is. So I'm thinking, all right, Munchin we know for sure is low. We for sure need to get 2 caps. I mean, we're down, 220 points here. That'll probably drop down to, I don't know, 150, so they'd probably be up about 70, give or take. I have no idea if we manage to kill 2 cruisers. So I'm thinking, okay, we got to get a cap anyways. We got to get a lot of kills anyways. Munchin we know for sure is low. If whatever that cruiser is, I don't know if I knew what it was at this point in time. Now we know it's the Boise. If the Boise's low, okay, then maybe we can rip 2 kills off. And then we're going to have to come back to defend B anyways, and it's still going to be a long shot. Okay, so this is not a game that you would want to bet your life savings on, or the lives of any loved ones or anything like that. But I'm thinking, okay, there's still a chance at this point in time. I was hoping that Leander was going to squirt back into that smoke. That's why we deploy the torps there. If not, what are we going to need them for? We know the Munchen's coming in here. I was a little bit surprised because last time we've seen him on the map, he was disengaging here. But we're going to keep an eye on this plane. Boom, there it is, 7 kilometers away. So that caught me off a little bit off guard. I was initially going to try and get some AP loaded and try and whack him in the sides. Wasn't sure, though, because he was being very aggressive. We do have the HE loaded, and, the Munchen's not exactly high quality armor, or thick armor, I guess you would say. So we're able to take him down very easily. He waxes pretty hard. Getting plane spotted, I'm like, okay, plow into this plane. It's a spotter plane, or a fighter plane, I should say. Not the most durable plane. And I should note that I think the copy or the marketing on this ship says the AA is not that good, not that great. I actually thought the AA was pretty decent. I've shot down a fair amount of planes in this thing throughout the night, so I don't know. I'm not that good at evaluating AA yet, but I thought it was alright, so take that with a grain of salt when you're looking at what the Wargaming says is the strengths or not. And here we have no idea where the Boise is. He could be, his controller could be on the floor, he could be buffing his Dewey for all we know, humping that southern red line, or he could be rushing back. So I had launched the torps there, just hoping to God he's going to be there, because we got to do this very quickly. We got 4.5 minutes left. Torps are out there. I'm hoping to kill him and then flip around and then go defend B and then somehow manage to kill Leander, most likely with some sort of torpedo strike. But you can see Twist and Track still suggesting basically where we're pointing on the screen, and we're not spotting him yet. So the torps we know are going to miss at this point in time. Flip the guns around. We want to have those prepared, and then we're going to have to basically be heading into B and hope to kill this thing. So he's closing in fast. He's within 10 kilometers. And I'm thinking, okay, can we gun this guy down? Boise? No, we can't gun him down. Assuming he can aim at all, he'll kick the crap out of us. So I'm like, all right, well, we're going to have to line up some sort of disengagement route here, and I'm going to plan on going to the north side of the big island directly to the east of us, and then we're going to have to hope to God that we hit him with a torpedo. It's basically up to these guys to dodge my torpedoes. That's really the only way, because, I mean, Boise's half health, and Leander, I think, is roughly 2/3 health, maybe half health to 2/3, somewhere in that range. And if they can aim at all, when I start shooting at them with the guns, they will kick the crap out of me. The guns are much more powerful. They reload, very quickly. They're both light cruisers, and they're both extremely dangerous in terms of the guns for destroyers. So we get another torpedo salvo off there, just hoping he continues to plow forward on this current route. That's really my only option. I mean, I could try and anticipate some sort of turn, but at that point in time, like, if he's turning in towards us now, which is exactly what he should be doing, and that way we'd have a hard time killing with one torp, which is all we'd be able to hit him with. So he dodged there. It was pretty close. Very good dodge by the Boise. Hopefully he had the sonar on and was able to detect those, but either way, good job here. And now we're evaluating. Okay, well, we're for sure not going to win on score. We already know that. We're going to have to kill both of these ships. I'm thinking, okay, we got one more torpedo reload. Going to get the reset off here. Maybe try and get a Citadel or two. The AP is pretty good on this, like a lot of the German destroyers. Usually not that ripping at range. So, I'm trying to just... I'm throwing up the Hail Marys at this point in time. We're probably not going to win this game, as you guys hopefully can figure out if you're evaluating our chances. But we're trying to get some damage there, get the resets, and then, okay, we stop shooting. For some reason, Leander's playing very cautious. I can't blame him. I guess he's looking at the scoreboard. He's saying, as long as I don't die, we got this locked up. So if that's the thought process there, kudos to him. But both of these guys, once we're spotted, should have just blasted me to the bottom of the sea, and the game would have been over. But we're still trying here. We got Boise. We got the HE loaded now. This is probably the better shell. Boise, not that heavily armored, so maybe we would have had a little bit more damage had we stuck with the HE right off the bat. And he does a great job here disengaging. He's recognizing, okay, well, this guy's got to kill me. How can I prevent that? Get away from him. Okay, so he turns off there. We're dodging. We're doing the best we can do to dodge. This Leander's leaving. Both of these ships are sailing away from us, so we can't get the torps in on them now. So we're on their cap, but he's on our A cap. Once again, the score really not that much of a factor when we're down this low. Trying to chime in here with some shots, see if we can maybe catch him with a double fire or something, or who knows what's going to happen here. Probably not going to be betting the farm on this one at this point in time, but we're doing what we can do here. And I think we're probably not that long for this world. Looks like we got about a minute left in this game. So my thoughts on the Z23, or I'm sorry, the Z-35. I'm not a huge fan of the Maz personally. I think if you like the Maz, it's pretty comparable. It's got the better sonar again, 4.2 surface detection on the Maz compared to the 5 on the Z-35. So very good sonar. But I'm finding I got in a lot of gunfights with destroyers tonight, and I'm not digging the Z-35. You know, it's if they just bum rush your smoke or whatever, or if you're caught in between reloads. I'm not winning many fights at all. Okay, I don't like these guns. I don't like the Maz guns in general. So once again, if you're a big fan of the Maz, maybe you'd like this one. But for me, I'm panning the Z-35. If I got to preview this ship or take it for a test drive, and then it was up to me, do you want to actually pay money for this or not, I would say no thanks. So anyway, that's my look at the Z-35 for you guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, please hit the thumbs up. New to the channel, consider subscribing. We got lots of World of Warships coming all the time. Questions, comments, leave below. Love to hear from you, and we'll see y'all later. Peace!